Can't tell you how many times I've seen someone get veneers only to realize later that they weren't fully prepared. Maybe they rushed the decision, or maybe they didn't understand the process. And almost every time, it could have been avoided. So, if you're thinking about veneers, today I want to show you the things to do before you get started. That way, you don't end up regretting the decision after a few months or a few years. Before I even proceed with veneers, this is what I always tell my patients. Veneers aren't something you can try out casually to see how you feel about them later. And that's not meant to scare you. Rather, it's meant to protect you. Because when we do veneers the right way, we're making a permanent change to your teeth. That usually means adjusting a small amount of enamel so the veneers can sit naturally and look real. But once that enamel's gone, there's no undo button, which is exactly why this decision deserves a lot of time and a lot of thought. And here's what I noticed after nearly 2 decades of doing this here in San Antonio. When people regret veneers, it's almost never because veneers were a bad treatment. It's usually because the decision was rushed, they felt pressured, or they didn't fully understand what they were committing to. On the bright side, the patients who are the happiest are usually the ones who went into it with clarity. They knew veneers were a commitment, they took their time, and they respected their future smile enough to ask questions first. So here's what I want you to understand. Learning as much as you can about veneers is the only way to make the treatment safer. Because when you know that it's a long-term decision, you can make calmer, more confident choices. And that's how you end up with a smile you don't regret, but instead feel proud of every time you look in the mirror. And that's my goal here. I want to give you a smile that will enhance your features, protect your teeth. So if you're still not sure whether veneers are the right move for you, you can book a consultation with me and we'll figure it out together. Just click the link in the description below. Because one mistake I see all the time is people coming in asking for a specific type of veneers they saw online. No prep, minimal prep, or something they heard was the safest. And I get it. When you're doing your research, it feels smart to latch onto a label. But there really isn't one best type of veneer. There's only the right veneer for your teeth. So whatever it is you're learning about, whether that's no prep, minimal prep, or traditional veneers, they all exist for a reason. Each one solves a different problem. For some people, adding material without much adjustment works beautifully. For others, not adjusting enough can actually make their teeth look bulky, feel off, or even create bite and gum issues down the road. And that's when disappointment usually starts. That's why I tell my patients this. Veneers should fit your face, your bite, and your long-term dental health, not a trend or a marketing term. Because when the type is chosen correctly, the result looks natural and feels comfortable. But I want you to know, getting that natural smile doesn't happen in a single appointment. I know it's tempting to imagine walking into the office and leaving with a perfect smile the same day. TV and social media make it look effortless. But the reality is, proper veneers take time. From the first consultation, to detailed planning, to trying temporary veneers, and finally placing your permanent ones, each step requires meticulous precision and attention to detail. They can't be rushed, no matter how excited you are to see the final results. Why? Because this process protects your teeth, ensures the veneers fit comfortably, and gives you a chance to make adjustments before anything becomes permanent. Rushing through it, that's usually a fast track to regret. And yes, while skipping steps might save time up front, it also increases the chance of getting bad veneers that might affect your dental health down the line. Based on my experience, the patients who end up truly loving their smiles are the ones who understand that quality takes time. So they're willing to be patient, follow the process, and make thoughtful decisions along the way. Think of it this way. A great smile isn't a sprint, it's a carefully planned journey. And like any journey, you need to make sure the path is right for you. Sometimes veneers aren't right for you, but that doesn't mean you can't get the smile you want. It just means that other dental issues need to be addressed first. Things like grinding your teeth, bite problems, gum disease, or even having expectations that aren't realistic can affect how your veneers look and last over time. Ignoring these factors is a common path to regret. A good dentist will slow things down, and it's something I take very seriously, which means we'll spend time evaluating your teeth, your facial structure, and your goals. In some cases, I might recommend a different treatment first, or say, veneers aren't the best choice for you right now. But don't be discouraged. Because I know that when someone actually takes the time to do this properly, the patients who move forward are the ones who end up with veneers they love. That's why being a good candidate isn't about saying yes to veneers as fast as possible. It's about making sure your smile is set up for long-term success before we even touch a tooth. You want to know if you're the right candidate for veneers? The best way to find out is with a consultation at our San Antonio practice. Whether you're just curious or want to explore your options safely, you can click the link in the description below to schedule a time that works for you. We'll take the time to answer your questions, review your teeth, and help you feel confident about your next steps. See, a lot of patients believe that the teeth are the most important aspect when it comes to veneers. They focus on the shape, the color, and the size. But what they don't realize is that there's one more aspect that's just as important, sometimes even more so. Think about it. How would you know if your veneers are in the right hands? Will your concerns be heard? Will your bite and long-term dental health be considered? Will there be a clear plan to keep your smile looking great for years to come? The right dentist will guide you through all of that. And I'm not talking about someone who's only technically skilled, because you'll find an abundance of them everywhere. What I'm talking about is someone who has not only mastered their craft, but also someone who's working with the best mindset to get the job done efficiently, safely, and with the patient's best outcome in mind. For example, there's a patient who comes in wanting a brighter, straighter smile. The first dentist has all the experience under their belt, but they skip the digital mock-up and jump straight into prepping the teeth, simply because it's faster. But the second dentist takes detailed scans, shows the patient a digital preview of their new smile, evaluates how the bite will function, and even makes a temporary set of veneers so the patient can test drive the look before anything permanent happens. Both dentists can place veneers, no problem. Only the second one approaches the situation with more care and precision, which ultimately gives the patients confidence and peace of mind every step of the way. So, choosing the right dentist first isn't just a smart move. It's the key to getting veneers that you'll love for a lifetime. And at the end of the day, the best way to avoid regret with veneers is simple. Take the time to understand your options, choose the right dentist, and protect your natural teeth along the way. Do that, and you'll be investing in a smile that feels natural, looks beautiful, and will make you confident for years to come. And if there's one fear that stops people more than anything else, it's this: I don't want my teeth shaved down. That fear is valid. But here's what most people don't know. Veneers can actually be done safely and conservatively when the conditions are right. The problem is figuring out when that's possible for your teeth, not just hearing a generic promise about no prep being better. So watch this next video where I explain exactly how to get veneers without aggressive tooth preparation, and more importantly, how to know if you're actually a candidate for that approach. Just click right here.